Hello and welcome to another exciting training session from VerCom Systems on the Yealink 33G. First thing we're going to go over are the basic keys or buttons on the phone itself, and then we'll go over the display and some of the other options and features. First thing you'll notice is your standard dial pad. Nothing new or exciting here, operates just like every standard dial pad. Over to the right, you'll notice maneuverability buttons, up, down, left, right. Center is an OK, X is a back or delete. Underneath that, we've got the universal volume control. These will control the volume for the handset, the headset, the speakerphone, and the ringer. Each volume is independently controlled, so if you move the volume on either of them, it will stay independent to that setting. For example, I have the handset off the hook, I increase the volume, hang that up, and change my ringer volume. Take this off, you'll notice it's right where it was before. Over to the side here, we've got the microphone mute. When I'm in a call, if I were to place the microphone on mute, it will mute either the speakerphone, if I'm using that, the headset, if I'm utilizing the headset, or the handset. So this isn't hold, it just mutes the microphone. We also have the headset button. If I've got the headset button activated, all calls placed and received will go through the attached headset, which plugs into the back of the phone here. And you'll notice in the upper right hand corner, the headset icon indicates that the headset is activated. Turn that off again. Go ahead and press it one more time. Now calls are coming through the standard handset or speakerphone. Underneath that, we've got the voicemail button. Looks like a small envelope. Underneath that is redial. And underneath that is the speakerphone button. Activates the speakerphone for incoming or outgoing calls. Up here on the display, you'll notice it has my extension number, 348, time, date. On the side here, it has my pre-programmed DSS buttons indicating some park, transfer to voicemail, intercom, which I'll go over those shortly. Underneath that are my soft keys. These keys change identity based on what the phone is doing to make it easier to operate. So right now we've got the history, DIR for directory, DND for do not disturb, and menu. If I wanted to go into the history of my phone, simply press the history soft key and I can view all calls, missed calls, placed calls, received calls, and forwarded calls. That's just from my phone. Also within history, you have the ability to scroll up and down to view. And from here you'll notice my soft keys have changed: back, delete, options, or send, which places the call. I have the ability to do the same in my internal directory. In my current contacts, I already have some preloaded contacts for this demonstration. If I wanted to call Abraham Lincoln, I could go into my directory and scroll right over and select send, and that would then call that individual from my directory. These directories can be independent per phone or globally for all phones on the system. Next to directory, we have the Do Not Disturb button. Do Not Disturb, which will indicate in the upper corner, means that I am no longer receiving calls. Any call that comes to me or is transferred to me automatically goes directly to my voicemail box. I'm still able to place calls, it's just if I'm in a meeting, I can turn on Do Not Disturb, those calls dump straight to voicemail. Now when I'm finished, or I need to start receiving calls, I press Do Not Disturb again, light goes out, now my phone can receive phone calls. Next to the Do Not Disturb button is the menu button. From the menu, we're able to access some information such as status. Go ahead and use my maneuverability button here, press OK. Status will indicate the phone's IP address, MAC address, and other pertinent information in case needed for support reasons. Next to that is a feature selection. Press that, I can enable or disable my call waiting, auto answer, change my DSS keys, enable or disable Do Not Disturb, program my intercom function, which I've already done on this phone, select anonymous calls, diagnostics, or other. Also, I have the ability to view my directory, history, or check my voicemail messages from inside the menu. And I also can change my basic settings. Here I can change the language, how the time and date is displayed on the phone, the display backlit, if I need to increase or decrease that light, the sound, which is the ringer, can change the PIN or lock the phone, reboot the phone, or update its configuration. Again, these are all done through the menu. On the side here, as stated before, we've got those programmable DSS buttons. We've got our parking, our transfer to voicemail, and our intercom. Alright, to place a call, what I like to do is leave the handset on the cradle and dial my phone number. And then press the send soft key. This will place the call out to the outgoing party.
The time and
If I'd like to
temperature is coming
switch,
up.
I can go ahead and pick up the handset, and it'll switch from speakerphone to the handset. Vice versa, if I'd like to go back to speakerphone,
Alone without ever
press the
being
speakerphone,
alone.
hang
You've
up the
seen the TV
handset.
commercial, I've fallen and I can't get up.
If I'd like to utilize my headset,
And there's the
select headset, and now I'm activating the call over the headset. When I'm finished with the call, if I'm utilizing the handset, I can just hang it up, or I can press the end call soft key. To receive a call, when the phone rings, you can either press the answer soft key, which will appear under the soft keys, or you can pick up the handset, utilize your headset, or answer with the speakerphone button. When I'm in a call, you have some options, such as transferring a call. There are 3 forms of transferring. There is an attended transfer, a blind transfer, and a direct to voicemail. An attended transfer lets me notify the party prior to transferring the call. To simulate this, go ahead and call back. When the call connects, press my transfer soft key, enter in the person's extension I would like to transfer it to, select send, that will contact that individual, and then I'm able to notify them of who's on the call. If I would like to transfer the call, I would then press the transfer soft key once more. If I'd like to blind transfer the call,
now. No interest.
I press the transfer button, enter in the person's extension number, and press blind transfer. This sends the party the call, regardless if they'd like it or not. The last option for transferring is direct to voicemail, which we have this pre-programmed button right here.
The time and
Press
temperature.
transfer, straight to voicemail, enter in the person's extension, and then hit blind transfer once more. I've now successfully sent the call to extension 2008's voicemail. Instead of ringing their phone, it will just go to that user's voicemail box without disturbing them. Which concludes how to transfer a phone call. Now, if I have a call for an individual but I'm unaware of where they're located, I can park a call. Up here we have our pre-parked designated buttons. Go ahead and do that one more time. I'll show you how that works. Initiate a call. Find the available parking slot,
Coming up after the
press it, and that call will now be in that parking slot. I'm now able to intercom an individual by pressing the intercom button and entering their extension number, or calling them and letting them know where they have a call parked on. For example, if I have a call for Johnny, I'm unaware of where he's located, I'm able to park the call in an available slot, 81, and then locate Johnny and indicate that that call is on 81. Any phone in the facility, he's able to go to that phone and press the parking slot to answer that call.
And the temperature, 95 degrees.
Now, what happens if I park a call and the individual I'm looking for never picks it up? After a pre-designated time set up in the phone system, or the default of 3.5 minutes, the call that is parked will ring back to the individual who parked the call initially, mainly me. So after 3.5 minutes, if Johnny does not retrieve the call parked in slot 81, that call will ring back to my extension, displaying the caller ID across the screen. If I would like to enable call waiting on this phone, I simply need to dial *70.
Call waiting activated.
Call waiting enables me to retrieve more than one call simultaneously. So as of right now, I'm able to stack calls. First call comes in, displays the caller ID across the top of the screen. Second call comes in, will display underneath the first caller, third, and fourth. So as the calls come in, they'll continuously stack. However, if I'd only like to receive one call at a time, I can dial *71.
Call waiting deactivated.
And I can disable call waiting. Call waiting by default is automatically disabled. It's per the user to enable or disable this feature. To enable call forwarding on this phone, which enables me to forward my phone to another extension or an outside phone number, all I need to do is dial *72 and follow the prompts.
Please enter your extension, then press pound.
My extension is 348.
Please enter the number of the extension to use for your target attendant, then press pound.
This is where I can enter in the individual's extension number or external phone number.
Call forward unconditional or extension 348 is set to 93749911212.
Every call that now comes into my extension will be rerouted to an external phone number. To disable this, you simply go to the device and dial *73.
Call forward canceled.
And now that's disabled. If I'd like to initiate a three-way conference on these phones, I can do so as well. Very similar to transferring a call. I'll get the party on the phone. I'll press the conference soft key. This enables me to enter in the external phone number of an individual or another internal extension. When I have the second party on the line, I'll have another soft key that says conf, which will allow me to join both of those together in a three-way conference. Last thing I'll review is our intercom functionality. Intercom allows me to directly open a channel between two phones without having to ring the phone itself. Quick two-way communication for alerting people of a call being parked or if someone's in the office. To do so, you press the intercom button, enter in the person's extension number that you'd like to intercom. So for example, if I wanted to intercom 2008, I could do so, press send. It will then open up a two-way communication to extension 2008, and I'm able to just directly speak to them without having them pick up the handset. All communications over the speakerphone of the device. And that basically concludes the training session for the T33G. For how to set up and use your voicemail, please check out our voicemail video. For any other questions, send us an email at support@vercomsystems.com or contact us at 937-847-2550 and press 2 for support. Thanks. Have a great day.